Happy Friday, guys. We're back with yet another reaction video. I hope you all have been well. And if you're around last Friday, I forget, I'm filming this like 2 days later, but last Friday, we did our very first live reaction stream. It was so freaking fun. I had no idea what to expect. I was like, oh, it's probably going to be like kind of quiet. You know, I've never done it before. I multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube, and oh my gosh, it popped off. It was absolutely insane. We reacted to a slew of different videos and songs, and some of them were even from independent artists. Originally, my plan was to try to react to some of Katy Perry's tour. We literally got through the intro, I think, and then things just really went sideways, and they were amazing and chaotic. So I definitely plan to film and, stream more reaction stuff. That was so much fun. We had an absolute blast. Gonna try to come up with like a better way of how to process the videos and such, but super, super exciting. But I did want to get back to reacting to Katy Perry's tour because I've just been seeing a lot of things. Lots of people have been sending me videos like, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. And I honestly just want to see what it's about. We did, like I said, we did start to react to it on Friday, but we didn't get very far. But from the little bit I saw, I honestly was a bit confused. But maybe today we'll explain some of the confusion. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to go through, parts of the tour and, try to see if I can piece it together, what's going on, how the audience is responding, and all of the things. This has been a tour that has been heavily talked about in the media. One thing I don't want to do, and I just want to say this now, is that I'm not someone to pile on somebody else. So I know a lot of people are not fans of the tour or even Katy Perry herself right now, and I totally, totally get that. I'm actually coming at this particular reaction as a fan of Katy Perry because I grew up listening to her songs. You can ask my dad. I had so many pictures of her, posters in my room, and I truly, truly loved her music. But as she's gotten older and I've gotten older and she's released more albums, I've definitely felt a disconnect between her music and her audience. And I feel like that became really apparent with her newest album, 143. I took a listen to it, and basically when an artist releases an album, I'll do maybe a quick run through of it, or I might just save it and react to it on here. With Katy's, I just decided, I was really excited, honestly, because she hadn't released new music in a bit, obviously, because she, is a mom now, she has a daughter, obviously lots of things going on for her, which is amazing. But I was super excited. So I was like, I just want to listen to some of the songs, kind of see what the vibe is. It's called 143. It sounded like there was whisperings of a tour at the time. And I was just kind of really excited to see what she had been working on all this time. And I'll be quite honest, when I did my brief listen, so I, just listened to maybe 30 seconds, a minute of each song and kind of skip to the next. And basically what I'm doing at that time is just seeing what songs kind of naturally pull me in. And I've done this with a lot of other artists. When Taylor Swift, was releasing albums, I did save a lot of the songs so we could react to them for the first time together. But her previous albums, I would just kind of run through and see what songs just kind of naturally pulled me in. And I have to say, with Katy's 143 album, I think there was maybe two songs that I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, or this is kind of the Katy Perry sound that I kind of remember. The other ones did kind of feel rushed. I have always thought of Katy Perry as a songwriter. She's an incredible musician, incredible songwriter, and she really knows how to create an incredible pop tune. I learned a lot from listening to Katy Perry back in the mid-2000s. But listening to this album kind of really fell short for me, and I was kind of disappointed because I was waiting. I was like, okay, maybe there's a couple filler songs. I totally get it. She's super busy, but I was waiting for those Katy Perry hits. And I wasn't expecting it to be, like her older stuff. I was expecting an evolution. In fact, I was kind of hoping for one, but this was just kind of like, it kind of felt thrown together. It didn't feel authentic. I felt that the passion that she always had and that was just portrayed naturally through all of her older albums and songs, I didn't feel that with this one at all. In fact, I felt very disconnected from that album altogether. So I think there was, like I said, maybe one or two songs that I was like, this is kind of interesting. I can kind of get down to this. But I kind of held Katy Perry to a certain level. And in my personal opinion, with this most recent album, she did not perform up to that level. So then when she announced the tour, I was like, well, I'm excited. I honestly thought, I've thought about going because I've never seen Katy Perry on tour. And again, I have always been a fan of hers. And then as soon as the tour started, there was, lots of opinions and people kind of really not liking it. And I got sent a lot of like different clips and my initial thought was, this can't be real. Like some of the clips I was sent, I was like, is this AI? What is going on here? And so I have been really wanting to just kind of sit down, watch through some of the tour and see what is kind of going on. And I'm really hoping that her connection with the audience is still there. I'm really just kind of hoping for, that natural Katy Perry that I think we all probably fell in love with in the mid 2000s is still in there somewhere. I do have a little theory of what might be happening. And of course, as always, I love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. But I feel like she might have been or is currently in Hollywood, has been in Hollywood for too long. So, and you guys might already have an idea of where I'm going with this, but I feel like when she first hit the scene and even, through her first few albums, she was very, down to earth, authentic. It was, I could really relate to her background, how hard she worked, everything, how she got to where she was. And it just felt very authentic. And watching her in that documentary, I think it's called A Part of Me, I can't quite remember, but it was when, she was mid 2000s, she was on her first headlining tour, I believe. And I remember watching that documentary and I'm like, oh my gosh, like she is just a normal girl, that is just going through life. She's worked really hard and it was really easy for me to connect with her. But I feel like now she's almost been in Hollywood for too long that maybe she's kind of lost that natural authenticity that she originally had. And I feel like we've seen this with other, artists, whether that's musicians or actresses, actors, where they first start out and you're like, oh my God, I love them. Like they're so down to earth. They're so cool. They've come from a very humble background and look where they've got, right? Look where they've arrived. And then it's like, you kind of fast forward, they're in the industry for 10 years, maybe longer. And you start to see this weird thing happen where, they're around just a completely different world than what most of us live in, right? Most of us have regular jobs. We have, our day-to-day chores, whatever that looks like. And they live in a very different world. So I kind of have a theory that Katy Perry has been out of the real world, so to speak, for almost too long, that she has forgotten what it's like. And I think she's maybe lost that natural authenticity that she originally had that we all loved. So that's kind of my thought. I don't know. I'm honestly just guessing, guys. If you have any ideas of what might be happening, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. But let's look at some of the tour highlights and see what we think. We ready to do this? Let's go. So before I play, there is an intro piece. I just kind of skipped ahead into like the first song. And I'm just going to kind of like, go through things, talk through things. And yeah, we'll just kind of see where we land here. I'm really curious. I'm really curious. I actually don't know this song. This must be one of the newer ones. I'm not really sure. Okay, and one thing that someone in my stream the other night brought up is, like, that's a cool concept, how she's, like, in that thing. But what about the people, like, in the nosebleeds? They probably can't really see her. She probably looks like this tiny, and then she's got this thing kind of blocking her. So from a visual standpoint, if I was in the back, I would be like, what is going on? You know, I'm a little confused. And I'm sure they have, like, the big screens on the sides. But still, visually, I feel like we might be out of touch here just a little bit. But let's keep looking. That stage is cool, which makes sense because it's like lifetimes. I like the infinity symbol. I do like that. I think that's cool. Oh wow, that was a quick stage change. That's cool. So this is Woman's World. One of her newest, her newest single. One thing that I did kind of notice, and I think somebody may have pointed this out prior, but I would have thought if you're singing a song about Woman's World, that you would have female dancers on the stage with you. So I think that was a little oversight in whoever was a choreographer, maybe Katy Perry, because I don't see any females. I don't see any female backup dancers here. So a little oversight. Also, I'm thinking of it visually. I feel like that's a really small area to be performing. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay. Okay. This was one of my favorite songs growing up. So again, I feel like visually, I kind of feel out of touch a little bit with the visuals and this song. Like, this was like her top song. I think on Spotify it's definitely, if it's not the top, it's one of the top ones. So I feel like there should have been more happening. This is one of the songs that Katy Perry is best known for. I was kind of hoping that there'd be more with this one. So I originally said I like the stage, but I'm kind of thinking that the stage setup is not giving for what she like actually needs. This is another one that was like, I loved this one when this came out. I'm just confused about this bar thing that they're dancing on. I was kind of hoping she would like call back to her earlier tours, or maybe the music videos. I feel like I would have definitely enjoyed that. I'm not really understanding this choreography. I'm a little lost, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this definitely should have been given like an outfit change and a whole like stage rearrange. It is such a banger though. Like, she knew how to write the hits in the mid 2000s. What is that thing that that statue is holding? I'm not really sure. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I was hoping for a little bit more callback to her like tour or older music videos. I was definitely kind of hoping for that. But let's take a look at let's hop to Wide Awake here and see what this has. I mean, it definitely looks like a good time. Like, if I went to the tour, I would have fun. Which I know Katy Perry's all about. Like, she's all about having fun, keeping things very lighthearted. I'm just trying to understand, like, the idea of the tour. Like, is it supposed to be a dystopian world? Okay. Oh. So now I think we are in E.T. This one has been heavily talked about, so I'm excited to kind of see what this looks like. I also love this song. This was all on, is it the Teenage Dream album? Is that what it is? I'm forgetting the album name. But all of these songs were on that. Like, it was just a hit album. Huh. I feel like that could have been a little cleaner. I'm also have like Pink. She is always on, like she's always flying across her audience, and like the movements are very like on point. I feel like the movements aren't quite on point. Okay, let's do it. This was one of my faves too. Roar. Love this one. Is that like a big butterfly? That's cool. Okay, right on. I feel like everybody loved this song when it came out. Man, she had so many. I forget how many hits she had in the mid 2000s. Like, these are the songs that connect with people that I feel like were missing from her newest album. She can take her arm. That's funny. She can go in or out of the costume. That's funny. I'm assuming she's hooked in there. She doesn't look hooked in there, though. I'd be so terrified. I am terrified of heights. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Okay, so she's like, this was definitely thought out, where she can like go out into the audience and be closer to the people in the back. That's cool. I like that. I think that's a good idea. Okay, guys, so what do you think? I feel like I have some mixed emotions about that one. I feel like there's some really good things in it and some things that maybe could be cleaned up or that just weren't quite thought out as well as maybe they should have been. But definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, what else should we react to? I have a running list and there's so much happening. So Katy Perry's on tour, which we're just reacting to now. Isn't Billie Eilish on tour? I feel like she's on tour. I don't know. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco just recently released an album together, which I'm really excited. I haven't listened to any of the songs, but I know there are other artists featured on it, so maybe we react to that. Also, I've had a lot of people say, or request rather, reacting to older Taylor Swift stuff or other things of the Eras Tour that we didn't get to. So let me know what you guys would like me to react to. And also, isn't Sabrina Carpenter on tour? I feel like everybody's on tour this spring and summer. So whatever you guys want me to react to, please let me know. You know, I'm always here. Love, love, love the requests that come through and trying to get through them as fast as I possibly can. Before this baby comes. We got 11 weeks before she comes. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. Also, any third trimester mamas out there or moms who made it through the third trimester, any advice you have, please let me know because I feel like I'm dying every day. Also, if you would like to check out behind the scenes, all the things that I've been working on, please, please, please check out the Patreon. Thank you all so much for joining over there. Also, I do stream on Twitch and right here on YouTube. I've been doing Friday evenings and Sunday afternoons, so definitely come by, check it out. We just started doing reaction streams, so I'm definitely hoping to do more of that. Also, I recently released a brand new original song called Mine, and that is on all streaming services. Thank you to everybody who has listened. I think we are close to 6,000 streams on Spotify, which again, for pop stars like Katy Perry is little beans, but for me, it means a whole ton. So thank you guys to everyone who has joined this channel, listened to all of the original music I've put out, hopped into streams and said hi, just all the things. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it, guys, and I can't wait to catch you for the next video. I shall see you all soon. Goodbye!